Everyone is eager to see Sukuna defeated on the battlefield. But all this excitement about trying to defeat the King of Curses is making us forget an important detail. Yes, this detail is what will bring Sukuna down at the end of the battle. Want to know what it is? Come with me in this video and find out how Sukuna will be defeated. Today, I want to talk to you about this unstoppable being that is Sukuna and what his Achilles heel will be that will bring down the King of Curses. And I'll tell you right now, it's not any character we know. So go ahead and leave your like down below and subscribe to the channel with the bell activated. Sukuna has proven to be an unstoppable tank, with his binding vows and constantly bending the rules of the Jujutsu world, giving him an advantage over everything and everyone on the battlefield. He has already faced 11 characters and none have even come close to defeating the King of Curses. Only our blue-eyed sensei came closest to this great feat, but after that, everyone is dancing to the tune of the King of Curses. But guys, we might not need any character to bring Sukuna down on the battlefield, and I'll explain this to you now. What will really bring Sukuna down on the battlefield are the binding vows he himself is making, and I'll explain this to you. In the world of Jujutsu Kaisen, this is explained by Kenjaku himself when he talks to Mahito along with Mekamaru, and also by Sukuna himself when he explains even superficially what binding vows mean to Itadori. Both characters explain that binding vows are very serious and must be followed to the letter by the shaman who makes them, whether with another person, with themselves, or with cursed energy. No matter what, the shaman, from the moment they make a vow or pact, must follow the rules of that pact or vow, otherwise the consequences are dire. For Sukuna, the King of Curses, to fear this and speak with authority to Yuji and Kenjaku also, who is extremely intelligent and warned Mahito that he should not break the vow he made with Mekamaru, otherwise things would get complicated. This demonstrates how serious these vows are and how they can bring disastrous consequences if a shaman breaks them. An interesting thing that hasn't happened yet in Jujutsu Kaisen is the breaking of a binding vow. We don't know what happens to a shaman who breaks this vow and steps out of the rules of their own agreement with the Jujutsu world. So far, no shaman, whether on the dark side or the light side, has suffered the consequences of breaking a binding vow. Why might this be happening? Could be that Gij Akutami is saving this for the King of Curses. Sukuna is making pact after pact. Some that I remember now are the following. He made a pact to have that special expansion against Gojo, made several pacts within his domain expansion to alter it and gain an advantage against Gojo, and made a binding vow to transfer the damages of the immeasurable void to Megumi's soul. He also made a vow to launch the World Splitter, a dismantle that cuts worlds, against Gojo without needing seals, incantations, or charging energy. He simply conjures it in front of Gojo and that's it. Sukuna also made a binding vow with his own cursed energy. He already made a vow to launch the domain expansion again, using Gojo's hand seals and another part of his brain to expand his domain the same way as the original Malevolent Shrine. Surely, he made countless pacts since the Ryam era that haven't even been shown yet. So, yes, you realize how many vows Sukuna is making. It's a vow for this, a vow for that, even a vow to have a coffee on the corner. Really, the situation is getting complicated for him, tightening to such an extent that there will come a time when some of these pacts will have to be broken for him to gain some advantage in battle. This may be the moment reserved for us to discover what happens to those who step outside the rules of a pact. This could be being saved to be shown against Sukuna, and this could be the real way to definitively defeat the King of Curses in the world of Jujutsu Kaisen. Besides these pacts that I mentioned, there are many others that he made in the Ryam era. Sukuna made so many pacts that I believe this is the path Gij Akutami is taking in the work to show how his main villain will be defeated. In terms of power, it's no use. Even if you put Yuta, Gojo, and the current Itadori together, they don't come close to Sukuna. There are not enough shamans or groups of shamans to defeat the King of Curses in a direct fight. So, really, there needs to be something behind the scenes to bring Sukuna down once and for all. Madara's case was that grotesque mistake with Kaguya appearing out of nowhere, but in Jujutsu Kaisen, I want to believe that Akutami won't make the same mistake. He will have the moment of the fall of the King of Curses, not because others are stronger, but because Sukuna will end up harming himself with so many rules he imposed on himself. Leave in the comments if you remember any other pact that I forgot to mention in the video. Also comment on your opinion. Is this the best way to bring down Sukuna using his own pacts against him? Your opinion is very important. And don't forget to subscribe to receive content on Jujutsu or the anime you want me to bring here. With that said, see you in the next video.